Okay, in 6a and b, we're finding the domain and range of these two functions. So when we are looking for the domain, for instance, for the first one, you are going to go parentheses or bracket depending on if your function stops or not. And then you're going to go your leftmost because remember, domain is your x-axis. So you're looking at your x values. This is your x-axis. So you're going to go left to right, and then a parentheses or a bracket. So if I take a look at this graph here, I am stopping, let's make it actually on a point here. So we're stopping at this point here, so let's get the coordinates of that point. So it's going to be negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to say these are the coordinates, negative 8, positive 6. So we're starting our leftmost point at negative 8, okay? And since I am actually on that point, see how I have a stop there, I have a point. So my domain here will have a bracket on the left side. So a bracket and negative 8, again, because I am actually touching the point negative 8. And then I'm just going all the way through this function to my rightmost value. Now, when you see this here, where this is going to the edge of the graph, you're going to assume that it is going off the graph with an arrow, meaning it's going to keep going and going and going and going all the way towards infinity. So our rightmost value is going to be infinity, and infinity will always get a parentheses. So that's going to be your domain. Now your range, so for your range, you're looking at y values. Your y-axis is this axis right here, up and down. So now you're going to go from your lowest value to your highest value, okay, for y. So for the range, parentheses or bracket, low to high, or bottom to top. Now this one here, you've got, here's your lowest value. That is a y value of 0, okay? So our range is going to have a value of 0. Now, is 0 an actual value that is touching this graph? Yes, it is, okay? So a bracket, 0, okay? And it's because we're actually touching that graph. So you have all of these points here. These all have a y value of 0. Then you're coming up here, and then this is all a y value of 6 right here. So your highest point is 6. So your range here is 0, 6, both with brackets because these are actual touching points of this graph. Now, if we take a look at this parabola here, you're going to find your lowest point, which I believe is, we'll say right here. We'll say this is the point 1, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, negative 5. Okay, now for the domain and range, because this is expanding, okay, you're going here, this is going to keep going up and up and up because we've got arrows. It's also going to keep going out slightly as well as this side. So anytime you have arrows on both sides, your domain is going to be negative infinity to infinity. So here you're going to have a parentheses, negative infinity to positive infinity. Okay, now your range, again, that's the lowest point to the highest point. This actually has a lowest point. You're going to pull the y value. Okay, remember for range you want y value, domain you want x value. So your lowest point here has a y value of negative 5. That gets a bracket because we touched the negative 5. And then we're going to keep expanding upwards towards positive infinity. So negative 5 to positive infinity with a parentheses.